Vanakkam, this is hyderali Syed from Asivagam, united under Tamil Shiva.
Our language, our culture, artifacts, our genetics, every single thing, because even our oral history.
See the Kemite history. The Kemite history, whatever the story of Set, is similar to Shiva history. You're getting the point. So these are the same people who travel, who spread across from the, like they say that out of Africa theory is not the right way. It's out of Indian continent is the story. So the
our DNA is you can find our DNA and also our language. We've are the originators of the Afro-Asiatic the language. So wherever our DNA went, our language went. So whether it's North Africa, the Middle East, the southern Europe, because even some parts of India, you can find our genes and our language.
See, the Pandyans, they brought Moors with them because the trading partner of Pandyans were the Moors. You're getting the point. And after the deluge, civilization started from Gopikle Tepe. I mean, Anatolia. You have seen this civilization called Gopikle Tepe, Turkey. Heard of that?
Yeah, Turkey. Yeah.
How old it is? How old it is?
Okay, because if you're talking about ancient civilizations, then I think you need to read about the Kushites, the Horn of Africa, and how
I agree with you. The Kemite history,
our genetics are linked to
the Kemite history,
civilizations like the Natufians, the Phoenicians, all those ancient people. I just wanted to let you know that. But what you're saying is.
Kemite history and Tamil history are same. There is no difference upon that.
Learn more about Tamil.
Yeah. See, the Kemite history and Tamil history is almost the same. Same story you will find in Kemite history as well as in the Tamil history. Regarding the second half of the story, that from Adam to Noah, this whole history belongs to the Tamil people, and you can call it a Kemite history also because they are one and the same people. Now, after the Noah, the civilization started from Gopikle Tepe. Gopikle Tepe or Turkey, Judy Mountain. And from Gopikle Tepe, if you see, those are labs, not where Noah regenerated all the species, because the reason for deluge was that they were doing genetical engineering at that time. And Prophet Noah did not carry any physical animal, he carried the DNA with him. And after reaching Turkey, Anatolia, he regenerated all the species over there. That's the reason that Gopikle Tepe is a lab where he regenerated all the species over there, and then he distributed everywhere wherever he wanted. So this is what was the role of Noah that time. And as per our Tamil tradition, if you Google out Yali, just type Yali, Yali. It's a hybrid creature which the temple has. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So these are they were doing hybrid creature at that time, and every Koil is actually a house of administration, and it's a more of a history book where they have wrote everything in a stone sculpture. But normally when the Caucasians or the barbaric Europeans, they came in our land, they could not decode it, so they are misinterpreting all those stories. But it's actually the history of what has happened before. So Yali is during the timeline of Prophet Noah, those people were doing genetical engineering, and that's the reason why these Europeans, they removed 36 books from the Bible which contain history of books of Enoch, because books of Enoch talk something which is something very weird to those barbaric people. Because Europeans, they had no prophet, no civilization, no culture. They were hunter-gatherer cannibal society. So when they came to see people like seeing the pyramids of Egypt, black people, and Indian civilization, they were confused, and they could not accept that these black people are so highly civilized. So they started conspiring against the black people, and in around, if you go into history, around 1500 BC, they started a secret society called Mithraism. And Mithraism is all about killing the spiritual part of ancient civilization, whether it be India, whether it be Kemites, whether it be Chinese. So they started religions to destroy the spiritual part, where everyone becomes the image of God. Yoga, meditation, activation of 7 kundalini, third eye, that concept they have totally eradicated, and they brought in a priestly cult. And like India, Africa also became a victim to religion, and they got disconnected with God, and today they have become a slave on their own land. Whereas China, if you look into China, and China has still maintained their tradition way of life, and Allah has given them, God has given them the status of superpower, whether it be Japan, whether it be China, whether it be South Korea. These are all land which are still following the tradition way of life,
But
spiritualism.
I just want to say something. Sorry, doesn't China like oppress the Muslims and stuff like that? Didn't lock them up?
See, Muslims, suppose, see, the true part is spiritualism. They have seen what has happened to India and Africa. They had everything. Today they are slave on their own land, and based on the religious aspect, they are killing their own brothers. One black fellow is killing the other black people in the name of religion.
Okay, hold on. Because Africa is not a monolith. I'm from the Horn of Africa, and I think if you know anything about history, we always had a relationship with monotheism, only one God. Okay, so we've been Muslim, especially in Eritrea and Somalia. We've been Muslim since 1,400 years ago. So we became Muslim before the people of Medina. So that's way before when the Prophet travelled to Medina. Also, we've also had relationships with big with other prophets like the Solomon, where he married Sheba.
Yeah,
she was
Queen
an
Sheba.
African queen. She was from the Horn of
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
Because she was a Cushite. Who else? Moses was married to a Cushitic woman. Abraham was married to a Cushitic woman. So we've always had a relationship.
Interrelation is
with,
there. Yeah,
with
I agree with you.
monotheism with
Yeah.
only one God.
Yeah.
So I mean, for you to say, sorry, I've just came back from the stairs.
Okay.
But yeah, so for you to say that we were, that we had no relationship or lost any links to our traditional.
No, because Prophet Muhammad
But it's not true because we always had relationship with one God, and we've always had relationships with big prophets of Islam, Christianity, Judaism.
But that's religion, sister. That's religion, and religion was started by the Caucasian settlers. The Romans started Christianity.
No.
Yeah, and
No,
see, the all
no.
holy books. Moses belongs to
we
children
don't
of
believe in
Israel.
that.
Moses was a prophet for whom? Children of Israel.
Moses, do you know who Moses was and what tribe that he came from?
Moses from 12 tribe of one of the tribe of House of Israel. He's a Semitic black people.
Sorry?
One of the tribe of
Sorry?
12 House of Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, House of Israel, and they are black people.
Well, they because they contain the bloodline of the Cushites. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying to you, you need to know what the Cushites were and who they are and where they bled into other.
Yeah, but the thing is that Africa, India, family of Ibrahim, as per Quran chapter 42 verse 13. Since you said you are a Muslim, can you open chapter 42
Yes.
verse 13?
I'm just going to stop talking because I don't think we understand each other.
No, can you open Quran? Because since you say you claim yourself Muslim, you should
Hey,
open the Quran.
hyderali. Maybe see if I can help.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
what's the area of contention?
No, he just said that the Africans lost our links to our ancient religion. And I was just saying to him that, especially in the Horn of Africa, we've always had a relationship with God in terms of like the monotheism, that there's only one God, and we've never lost that connection.
Well, would it be incorrect to state that we're not in a good place right now as a continent?
In terms of what?
And do we have wars? Do we have problems? Do we have all kind of issues that we're still grappling with?
Yeah, you can also say we've had the same problems like 1,400, because a long time ago.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Because there's always wars and.
Maybe not. There may have been some really good time of peace as well. I don't think hyderali means it in any negative way. but if you look at the, if you look,
No,
if you look at, yeah,
but
if you
he's
look at
incorrect when he said that we lost our ancient links to God
No,
and we
tradition way
adapted
of life.
a
See, everyone is
Caucasian.
everyone is
well,
connected with God. It's the
maybe
tradition way of life.
like we're not perfect. We're not perfect. I think one of the biggest things that we have lost is our sight. I believe we have lost our sight in many ways, and there's rooms for like trying to figure it out. If we don't have peace within our own culture, we have a lot of problems. We have a lot of issues. There's something wrong. I mean, you can't just deny it or gloss over it just for the sake of pride. But I get what you're saying. I feel like
No, because I don't think Hyderali knows anything about the Horn of Africa, our history. I don't think he knows a lot, and he. Well, that's my opinion. I'm sorry because I sound so.
No, you're fine. You know the people better than anyone, so you can speak in more details than anyone else. I totally agree with you. But I think that if someone is looking from an outside, they could sound to make general statements because they don't know the nuances. But if some of that general statement makes some sense, well, we could educate one another about it's not all that, and there are still good Muslims and or good Christians or good whatever in the area that's still, like I know that like Somalians are really strong Muslim supporters, but some other non-Somalian people have lost their ways. So maybe he's talking about those, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Because Hyderali, I'm so sorry. Because I didn't want it. Yeah, I'm just sorry for just
See,
me just talking on your panel. So I'm just gonna be quiet from now on and just listen.
No, it's okay.
No. It's okay.
You should definitely talk. Don't feel any bad. You should just. Hyderali
Yeah.
is a very good person. I don't think he means any harm when he says what he says. And if you feel something strong, then
yeah, I mean, because I really came here just to listen about the Tamil history because I have no clue. I just know that they are an Asian people and they speak really, really old language. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope I just didn't. I'm just trying to kind of clear up any misunderstanding. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Soma, you are free to talk anything because normally I speak from Quran, and since I speak from Quran, there will be no problem connecting with you. That's why I said open chapter 42 verse 13. It clearly says that all prophet followed the same way of life which prophet Noah has followed. And if you know the lineage of Noah, Noah itself is a Tamil word, and Noah is coming from third son of Adam, that is Set, and Set is and Adam itself is a Tamil word. So everything is connected from Adam, and Adam is a Tamil. You're getting the point. So as per Quran chapter 42 verse 13, everyone followed the same way of life which prophet Noah has followed, and Noah is from the bloodline of Set, and Set is Shiva, and everyone followed the first Siddha way of life, that is Asivagam, and Asivagam means God guided path. So when you read Quran, Allah clearly says Allah guides whom He wills, and how the guidance comes is through conscious of God. So when you are into meditative state and spiritualism and you get connected with God, that's what the ancient traditions were all following, whether it be India, Africa, South America, China, and because we from 2,500 years we have been enslaved by the Caucasians, outsiders who are enslaving us with their anti-spiritual policy. They are not ruling us with arms and ammunition, but they are ruling us with anti-spiritual policy, and today we have become a religious country. India has become a religious country. Africa has become a religious country, and we are fighting among each other, and we have lost our superpower status. The story of the earth, the trading posts, everything was controlled by India and the African children of Israel. So this thing has been, we have lost everything. And since China is still maintaining their tradition way of life, they are following the tradition way of life, and today God has given them the status of superpower, whether it be China, whether it be Japan. So we have to look in a different angle. If you want to come up in life without killing your own brothers in the name of religion, we have to see where we went wrong. And Quran is there to correct us. So if we can ponder on Quranic verses, I think we can bring peace on the earth. By converting and calling ourselves Muslim, we see Shia is fighting with Sunni, Sunni is fighting with Wahhabi, everything the whole Muslimdom is fighting with each other. So we cannot connect those people with Quran, because Quran is separate and those people are separate. You're getting the point? So we have to understand Quran, because Quran is a time travel book from Adam, before Adam also, and Noah, family of Ibrahim and family of Imran. So these are the history book for those certain people. So outsiders cannot write based on religion. They cannot rewrite our history. Hope I made my point clear.
Go ahead, Solomon.
No, it's fine, thank you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you said China adopted their own spiritual religion. So I know they follow Buddhism. So are you talking along those lines, like Buddhism? Or you're just talking about
Buddhism, again, we are talking about religion, because when when Gautam Buddha...
No, but like Buddhism, they meditate, they find enlightenment stuff.
I'll come to that point. Because see, the purpose of Prophet Gautam Buddha, as per the Quranic name, his name is Zulkif. Okay, and the purpose of that, he's actually a prince, a king, a prince.
Yeah.
And when he saw his certain thing in his kingdom, he left the palace and he went into the jungle to meditate, and he activated his kundalini, and he came back again, and he stood against the anti-spiritual policy of the Caucasian Brahmins, because that time the Brahmins were telling that through priestly cult you have to attain moksha or salvation. You're getting the point? So, and when Gautam Buddha came, he said no human can give moksha or salvation. Do meditation and get connected with higher conscious. And then he talked about, then there was Brahmanism, who wrote lots of pornography in our tradition way of life. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. If you read it, you will find full of pornography. So Gautam Buddha said, now you don't have to do zikr or chant any God's name. All you have to do concentrate on the breath. That is Anapana Vipassana. So he gave us a new form of meditation that is called Anapana Vipassana, where we don't have to chant any God's name, because the God which we were pronouncing in our language has been corrupted. It was full of pornography. So that was the purpose of Gautam Buddha. And then later on, Kalinga war happened, and there's a trend. Whenever the Prophet used to come, after certain times, the war used to take place, and then under the name of Buddha, they started a religion called Buddhism with their concept. So this is what has happened in every age. Like for example, Jesus came for Lordship of House of Israel, not for Gentiles. But the Roman Gentiles, they started a religion called Roman Catholic, which was started from by the Roman Empire. Similarly, same thing happened with Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad never entertained the Caucasian settlers, Roman Empire, Persian Empire, and after 200 years, these people, they started writing hadith, and they started a religion called Shia, Sufi, Sunni, Wahhabi, which came later on. So this is what is it's happening in every age. So during the timeline of Prophet Muhammad, Quran is completed, Deen is under the protection of Allah. So there is no need for us to go after books which is written after 200 years. You're getting the point? And that too, as per the Quran, Roman Empire, Persian Empire, Prophet Muhammad never entertained. So since Prophet Muhammad followed the same way of life which Prophet Noah has followed, and Noah followed the first Siddha way of life, that is called Asivagam, and Asivagam means God guided path, and through meditation, through yoga, one can activate his Kundalini chakra and get connected with higher conscious. This is what all the tradition way of life used to follow. And then we have this ancient tradition of remembering our ancestors, that is called Kul Devam. And Mecca is a Kul Devam for family of Ibrahim, where the ancestors get together place for family of Ibrahim. So this is actually the thing. So everything is connected. But since
Satyugam prolonging due to four beastly regime disguised as Muslim world. Satyugam possible only through straight part of first Siddha Tamil Shiva. Nandri Vanakkam.